Hey folks, how are you? Scared? Don't be. You haven't seen anything yet. Sit down, take a deep breath, because from this moment on, everything you thought you knew about politics is about to go up in smoke. I'm Mr. Omega, not a journalist, not an analyst. I'm just the bastard who tells the truth exactly as it is. Bitter, ruthless, and unfiltered. Tonight, I want to talk about a move that shocked the world. A game that only a cold, merciless mind could design. Vladimir Putin. If you have the courage, stay until the end, because this video is going to do something to your mind that you won't be able to shut off. Putin has always known where to apply pressure, but this time, the plan was different. It wasn't about missiles or tanks. It was about something that paralyzes anyone before they even understand what's happening. Manipulated information, psychological games, and backroom decisions. This move drew a line not just on the geographical map, but on the map of trust between nations. To put it bluntly, this time, Putin abandoned the visible game and moved to the invisible game, where every mistake, every reaction becomes a tool. The story starts with everyone expecting a formal attack or a loud declaration. But Putin acted differently. His move wasn't for an immediate war, nor just for a show of power. The goal was to undermine the foundation of the enemy's decision-making. How? By injecting doubt, spreading incomplete information, and controlling the news cycle. When the people and leaders of a country don't know what's real, what do? They react, they make mistakes, and they make decisions based on fear. That's exactly what Putin wanted. Let's remember, history is full of people who gained power through armies and money. But people like Putin are different. They move the chess pieces with finesse, using a deep understanding of collective psychology and narrative control. The media image is the primary capital in these kinds of games. When the media is confused, politicians fall apart. When public opinion is bewildered, alliances crack. Now, a simple question. Why did so many countries start backing down on their own? Why were analysts contradicting each other? Because Putin had managed to establish a narrative that created a dilemma. I don't know, so I react. Hasty reactions were precisely what caused the opponent to shift from a position of strength to a defensive posture. And when the opponent is on the defensive, Putin's subsequent moves become easier. One of the key points of this move was the precise timing. Putin waited for a moment when the world was preoccupied with another crisis. When media and political focus is scattered, a clever move, even with a faint voice, can have an explosive effect. This is the art of those who know that when a loud voice can't do the job, destructive silence can. And one important thing, Putin had already calculated the possible scenarios. He knew the cost of every reaction, and with these predictions, he forced the opponent into making wrong decisions. This style of play is exactly like a professional chess master. He moves the pieces in such a way that every subsequent move by the rival inflicts the greatest damage upon itself. Imagine a Western country in the midst of an economic and political crisis, faced with conflicting news and rampant rumors. Its officials want to act quickly because the media is screaming. But every hasty action has another cost: sanctions, declarations, or military maneuvers. After that, alliances are weakened, internal trust is damaged, and that's when Putin, with a calculated move, reaps the benefits he was after. If you think this is just a conspiracy theory, look at the diplomatic reactions. Countries start double-checking messages, looking for hidden pieces, and all this confusion makes Putin's precise and calculated voice sound louder. This is an information victory. Now let's get to the practical part. What did Putin do that made this move effective? First, a network of simultaneous messages distributed with finesse. Second, using local sources and regional actors who could make the narrative seem credible. Third, maintaining a hidden layer, an old agreement or contract that could be activated whenever needed. This combination, media, local actors, and a hidden agreement, created a deadly triangle. There's something else. Putin managed to exploit the information gap between decision-making bodies. When accurate and timely information doesn't reach the decision-maker, decisions are shaped by rumor and public pressure. This is where the smart player exploits the system's weakness and makes it so the opponent can't even form a correct assessment. But what are the consequences? Short-term, instability in alliances, increased diplomatic costs, and economic pressure on allies. Long-term, a change in how risk is calculated in international politics, meaning countries will no longer easily trust traditional alliances and will require more complex assessments for any action. And this is exactly what Putin wanted: a world with less security for his rivals and more opportunities for himself. By now, you might think all of this is a polished, professional political game. But the bitter truth is harsher. When politics becomes a tool of fear, it's people and lives that pay the price. Hasty decisions cause economies to suffer, people to live in fear, and regional power equations to shift. Putin knows this and profits from it. But the cost of this game is always borne by ordinary people. So the question is, what should we do as spectators? The answer is simple. Stay vigilant. Don't consume one-sided narratives. Look for the source, and before passing judgment, see who benefits from these stories. When we understand the game, our reactions become more logical, and we are less likely to fall into the traps set by the chess masters. If you're still here, I have one final point for you. The move Putin made was an opportunity he gave himself. An opportunity to redefine global equations without firing a single bullet. This is the savage art of our modern politics. Those who know how to play the invisible game better can rewrite the rules. And Putin, in this round of the game, was the master. Thanks for sticking around. If this video made you open your eyes a little, or sparked a question in your mind, then I've done my job. Stay here if you want to delve deeper into these games with me.